So, Alabama wide receiver Jameson Williams is visiting the Philadelphia Eagles. Interesting.
This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike. Talking sixes in the bird gang, that's our life. Competition, we ain't scared, yeah, that's what we like. Win or lose, you know we showing up and we gon' fight. You see we strive for the sky every day that go by. And every single week we screaming fly, Eagles fly. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah.
What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk Podcast. And today, I want to talk about Jameson Williams visiting the Eagles, plus all the other players in college who decided to visit the Eagles. Because remember, we only got 30 visits, and the draft is on April 28th. We only got 2.5 weeks left. We got a lot to talk about. But before we get into today's topic, help your boy out and hit that like button. Subscribe if you are new, and ding that notification bell so you know when these videos drop. Also, check out Manscaped. Go to manscaped.com. Use promo code PhillyMike for free shipping and 20% off. And check out my guy, Gate City Sports Talk, a.k.a. Steve Heider's draft board. I think he went from $9.99 to $2.99 because the draft is getting close. It's all offense. The link will be in the description. It's in an ebook form. Let me know how you like it. Now, let's get to this report. Jameson Williams coming to Philly for a visit. I like it. Look, I know the ACL is going to scare some people away, but he looks good. He's been out. He's been recovering. We've seen him out on the field practicing. And let's be honest, I like Chris Olave, Garrett Wilson, Treylon Burks, Drake London. I like a lot of these wide receivers. You can even go Alex Pierce, Christian Watson. We're going to be breaking down my top 5 wide receivers. But let's be honest. The reason we're talking about them and the reason he's not number 1 in the draft this season is because of the ACL. He would be a top 10 pick. I saw one breakdown where they say he's a faster Jerry Jeudy and a stronger Devontae Smith. So Jerry Jeudy, a faster Jerry Jeudy and a stronger Devontae Smith, right? That's crazy. It's like putting Henry Ruggs, Jerry Jeudy, and Devontae Smith all together, right? He's a little heavier than Devontae Smith. He runs a little faster than Jerry Jeudy, and he got the route running of a Devontae Smith and Jerry Jeudy and the speed of a Henry Ruggs. I'm telling you, this guy is gifted. Now, the ACL is going to be the reason why he's there at 15 and 18, most likely. Now, I'm not saying the Eagles will pick him, but he's one of the best wide receivers in this draft. I do like a couple other ones. I'm not saying we got to go wide receiver first round. I'm not saying we are going to go wide receiver first round, but we will talk about all the players we've been checking out, to say the least, and see what positions keep popping up. And now this could be the first or second one. We'll talk about Jimmy Kempski's list, but I like this player. Now, a lot of people are going to say Sidney Jones, right? You went out and risked it. He was a top 15 talent. We got him in the second round. This is supposedly a top 10 talent that we could be getting at 18 if we make this pick. That's not saying somebody don't fall in love with him and go out there and do it in the top 10. He's that gifted. Now, because this wide receiver pulls deep, if we go wide receiver at 18, you got to get the right one. I mean, I'm tired of drafting a wide receiver and then watching wide receivers who go after the Eagles are better than the Eagles. So whether it's Jameson Williams, Chris Olave, Garrett Wilson, Drake London, Treylon Burks, any of these guys, you got to make sure it's the right one. The right one. We have a chance to make this offense everything we want, right? The run game's decent, and we'll probably add later in the draft. Offensive line is one of the best. Tight end, valid. Wide receiver, 1, valid. Possibly 2 now going to be valid. I like the pieces in a Pascal and a Quez Watkins if they're 3-4. Quarterback got to be better, but that is what this year is for, to see. We got some draft capital. The future looks bright. It could get brighter. It could get a little dim, but I don't really see us messing this up unless Howie Roseman goes full old school Howie Roseman. Now, let me know in the comment section. Do you think we're going to draft the wide receiver in the first round? And if so, who do you like? Is this the guy you like? Or do you like somebody else? Again, we will be breaking down Philly Mike's top 5 wide receivers. But I do want to get to this. Now, Jimmy Kempski wrote a article today, Eagles 2022 Draft Prospect Visit Tracker, April 12th, today. Now, I don't know how to do it on OBS yet to pull it up and scroll through it, so I just wrote all the guys. The biggest position we have scouted so far is on the D-line. I'm talking D-tackle and defensive, just the D-line, tackle and edge. These are who we brought in so far. Penn State, Arnold Ebiketie. Oregon, Kevon Thibodeau. Oklahoma, Perrion Winfrey. Georgia, Devontae Wyatt. And Georgia, Jordan Davis. That is 3 D tackles and 2 edge rushers we have brought in. That's 5 people, right? Remember, we only got 30 so far. Now, this is the second list. Wide receiver, O-line, quarterback, linebacker, and cornerback. Wide receivers, Jameson Williams, who's coming today, and George Pickens. Now, you didn't hear that reported. We did see Ahmad Garner come to Philly and put up a picture on Instagram. George Pickens, Ahmad Garner going shopping. Jimmy Kempski, insider for the Philly Voice, said Pickens did visit. So I'm going to take his word for it. That's 2 wide receivers. I like both. Williams would be our 18th overall pick most likely. Pickens, if we did go 2 defensive players in the first round, Pickens could be that second or third round wide receiver. He's 6'3", 190 something. He's a baller. Injury scares, which is why he'll probably drop, but he's a baller. Now let's look at the offensive line. And of course, Howie Roseman will always look at offensive line. Kenyon Green out of Texas A&T, solid guard. We also got Tyler Smith from Tulsa. Don't really know too much about him. He's a tackle, probably has some versatility, probably play inside too. You're looking to possibly have a backup for Lane Johnson when he finally goes, right? You get a guy in here now. You let the GOAT, Jeff Stoutland, mold him. I'm not saying we're going to draft him in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. I don't know. But we're talking about guys we brought in. Linebacker, we brought in D'Angelo Malone. Now, he's a Sam linebacker. And what he did for Western Kentucky was what Hassan Reddick is going to do for the Eagles. He had 9 sacks last year at Western Kentucky. He's that Sam. He's that pass rushing linebacker. He's a little light to play edge. So I don't know if that's just somebody we're looking at. Another linebacker is Jessie Lacuta out of Penn State. Don't really know too much about him, but it is what it is. Quarterback, Matt Corral. Is it a smokescreen? Are we really interested? I know some some scouts are saying that, this is the guy that can go really up or really down when it comes to their NFL career. He got an arm, but he does have a game, not last year, but the year before, where he had like 6 interceptions in one game. So he's a gunslinger, but we'll see how that translates. And last but not least, cornerback, Ahmad Garner out of Cincinnati, Marcus Jones out of Houston, and Andrew Booth Jr. out of Clemson. Again, Marcus Jones is probably a 3rd or 4th round, 5th round pick. I'm not sure. We're not saying, why are we looking at this guy to draft in the first? No. These are just guys we're trying to get to know that maybe if we see him there, right? Everybody I just named, whether it's the defensive line I first talked about, the wide receiver, O-line, quarterback, linebackers, cornerbacks. I keep saying quarterback and cornerbacks. I don't know if I'm even saying them different at this point. But these are guys we're looking at on different areas of the draft. Some early, some late. But when you look at it, 2 wide receivers, 2 offensive linemen, 2 linebackers, 1 quarterback, 3 cornerbacks, and 5 defensive linemen. Philly Mike thinks, honestly, with the first 3 picks, the Eagles want to go somewhere between wide receiver, cornerback, and defensive line. I think if you ask me to guess, and again, that's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15 guys have been invited to the Eagles facility. We still got 15 more people to interview. But again, defensive line, to me, is high on the Eagles board. Cornerback looks high on the Eagles board. And it's between wide receiver and offensive line. I know how he can always go offensive line, but I do think he wants to fix this wide receiver and core because one of the biggest gripes about Howie Roseman and the Philadelphia Eagles is our wide receivers stink. Second is that some people don't believe Jalen Hurts can get the ball to the wide receivers. that's an issue for another day, and we will discuss that more throughout the season. But the Eagles are known to not really invest capital, draft capital, the right way at the wide receiver position. So again, 15, 18, 51, you're probably going to go somewhere between cornerback, wide receiver, defensive line. Not in that exact order, but that's what I believe. Don't be shocked if an offensive lineman don't get thrown in there in case one drops. If Kenyon Green's there somehow in the second round, I doubt it. We probably pull the trigger, probably move up or do something. But I'm saying right now, I think with the first 3 picks, wide receiver, corner, D-line, that is what is on the Eagles' mind. Let me know in the comment section if you think another 3 positions are on their mind. Again, I still need Howie Roseman to go best player available. No reaching. This draft is deep on defense. Deep at the wide receiver. We have picks for the next couple years. There's no reason to reach. Relax. We got the capital. Now invest it right. Let me know all your thoughts in the comment section. I love hearing from you guys. I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk Podcast. Listen, help your boy out. Hit that like button. It's free. It's easy. It would help if I would take stuff down first, right? But it's free. It's easy. It don't cost a thing, and I greatly appreciate it. And a comment. I'm not going to put it up again. We are out. Peace. Peace.